Fraud has captured the public's attention with high-profile cases involving celebrities making headlines. We witnessed the shocking revelation of celebrities being victims of fraudulent schemes, while some face accusations of perpetrating fraud themselves, like Big Business, aka George Parker, DJ Envy. Tony the Closer brought these types of fraudulent situations to our attention recently. However, it's important to always remember individuals are considered innocent until proven guilty. Instead, let us focus on understanding the nature of fraudulent deals to protect ourselves from falling into similar traps. We're going to give you sauce. Fraud comes in many disguises and can have reaching consequences for both individuals and society at large. Let's take a closer look at some of the various types of fraud. Identity theft. This form of fraud involves stealing someone's personal information such as social security numbers, credit cards details, or passwords to impersonate them to commit financial crimes. The impact on victims can be devastating, leading to financial ruin, damaged credit scores, and loss of trust. We all have heard stories of identity theft. It can be avoided in 4 easy steps. Steps 1 through 3. Contact the 3 credit bureaus: Experian.com, TransUnion.com, Equifax.com. Put a freeze on your credit report. We must do the work if we want to see our goals met. Contact LexisNexis. Put a freeze on your consumer reports and stop credit, loans, and services from being approved without your consent. This is going to do 2 things. 1, help prevent identity theft. But most importantly, 2, slow unplanned spending. Look, family, we have to stop sacrificing what we want for what we want right now if we're going to be serious about building this legacy wealth. Financial scams. Financial schemes designed to deceive individuals into parting with their money are unfortunately all too common. These scams take the form of lottery or inheritance scams, investment fraud, or pyramid schemes, preying on people's desire for quick wealth and financial stability. With the advent of the digital age, online fraud has become pervasive. Phishing schemes, aka social engineering, where perpetrators trick individuals into revealing sensitive information, and fake online stores selling counterfeit goods are just a few examples. The consequences range from financial loss to compromised personal data. Insurance fraud. This form of fraud involves submitting false insurance claims to gain financial benefit. Whether it's exaggerating damages in an insurance claim or staging accidents, insurance fraud drives up costs for everyone and can lead to higher premiums for policyholders. The impact of fraud is not limited to individuals. It affects society as a whole, eroding trust in the financial system, straining resources, and diverting attention and funds away from legitimate endeavors. The consequences ripple through the economy, leading to higher costs, stricter regulations, and a loss of faith in institutions, not to mention depleting your own personal cash reserves. We have to understand the nature and scope of fraud. We empower ourselves by recognizing potential warning signs, exercising caution, and taking preventative measures. It is essential to educate ourselves and others about the various forms of fraud, their impact, and the steps we can take to prevent ourselves from falling victim to these deceitful schemes. Together, family, we can work towards a safer and more secure society.
Time for the sauce!
The 3 pillars of a safe transaction: the who, what, and how. Identifying the transactional party. Who? To protect yourself from fraud, it is crucial to know who is bringing the transaction to you. Here are some key steps to follow. Research. Conduct a thorough background check on the individuals or organizations involved. Look for online presence, reviews, and any history of fraudulent activity. Verify their credentials and legitimacy. Skip tracing services. See if you can find the principals involved in the transaction before you send money to them. So if you need to find them or serve them later, you won't get ghosted. And the services start probably around $20. Trusted recommendation. Seek recommendations from trusted sources. Reach out to friends, family, or colleagues who may have previously had verified transactions with the party. Their insights can provide valuable information to help assess credibility. Contact as many as possible that's needed to make you comfortable to move forward. Understanding the transaction, the what. Remember, all transactions have the same common theme. Someone is buying something and someone is selling something. You must have a clear understanding of what is the product, item, or commodity in the transaction. Knowing who the principal is of the transaction and how far away you are from that principal is crucial in getting the deal closed. To protect yourself from fraudulent transactions, it's crucial to thoroughly understand the deal and/or agreement. Consider the following. Read the fine print carefully. Carefully review the terms, conditions, and details of the transaction. Focus on investment requirements and what is the return on the investment and how will proceeds be dispersed. Pay attention to any inconsistencies, vague information, or over-complicated terms. If something seems unclear or raises suspicion, seek clarification from the transaction party. Someone's debt is another person's asset. Understand, debt just doesn't fall out of the sky. Debt is predetermined, just like the debt ceiling of the government is based on a budget. Pool funds. People, organizations, businesses put their resources together to reach an investment goal. Research market value. Understand the fair market value of the product or services involved in a transaction. This knowledge can help you assess whether the offered price is reasonable or if it's just too good to be true. What is the total raise needed for the transaction? Do the numbers make sense? Then finally, trust your instincts. If something feels off or too risky, trust your instincts. If the deal seems too good to be true or raises suspicion, take a step back and reconsider the transaction. It's better to be cautious than fall victim to fraud. The commissionable event, this is where everyone gets paid. You need to ensure secure payment options. To protect your finances and personal information, it is essential to ensure secure payment methods. Consider the following. Use secure payment platforms. Wherever possible, use reputable and secure payment platforms that offer buyer protection and fraud monitoring. These platforms often have built-in security measures such as encryption and transactional tracking. Be wary of transactions that require unconventional payment methods such as wire transfer, prepaid gift cards, or cryptocurrency. These methods are often favored by fraudsters as they provide limited avenues for recourse. Establish clear payment terms. If engaged in a transaction that involves payment installments or milestones, establish clear payment terms in writing. This document can serve as evidence in a case of disputes or fraudulent activities. Protect your personal information. Avoid sharing unnecessary personal information in transactional interactions. Only provide essential details required for the transaction, and be cautious of requests for sensitive information such as social security numbers or bank account details unless it is a trusted and secured platform. By following these pillars of safe transactions and adopting additional protective measures, you can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to fraud and protect your financial and personal well-being. Remember, vigilance, research, and trust in your instincts are keys to safeguarding yourself in transactional interactions. Additional safeguards and resources such as conducting research, seeking legal advice when necessary, and staying up to date on common fraud schemes. Along with other resources such as government agencies and consumer protection organizations that can provide valuable guidance and support.
Thank you for taking time to tune in to Talking Fat. As we know better, we must do better, because action of knowledge leads to power. If this content has been useful to you, please like and share. Tune in again. Peace and blessings.